Whilst the wheels of Brexit have once again seized up in Westminster, at the port of Immingham, the trucks keep rolling. But for how long?
These vessels carry around 4.5 miles worth of cargo, all in trailers. So they carry
constant movement of goods.
Yes, absolutely.
All friction-free.
Absolutely friction-free.
But with so much uncertainty, the only deal they can plan for here is no deal, where even the slightest delay could cause chaos.
We could get around 250 trailers like that onto a vessel, so a 2-minute delay is 500 minutes of delay. Quite often we empty and load these vessels within 3 hours, so obviously that is more than that time would take, so it would bring the operation to a stop fairly quickly.
Within just 1 hour, he says, there'd be a queue more than a mile long, from food for Aldi and Lidl to TVs and aerospace components. And that's before the brand new BMWs and Volvos add to the pile-up. This busy port in Lincolnshire would very quickly grind to a halt. It may be less well known, but in fact, Immingham handles 3 times the amount of cargo per year as Dover. In fact, in busy periods, trucks like these passing through every 40 seconds. So a frictionless border really matters. And just like anyone making and shipping goods between the UK and Europe, they're pleased with the customs proposals inside the government's white paper, because essentially for them, everything remains the same. But that's also precisely why they're worried that Brussels simply won't give the plan clearance.
I know that lots of our customers and lots of our supply chain members are also planning for a hard Brexit, so it'd be foolish for us not to. We have already spent quite a lot of time and money on contingency for difficult exits.
What does that look like?
So we've got additional land, we've looked at additional processes and additional manpower.
And these things are changing, aren't they, every day, every minute of every day?
It does get very difficult, and a lot of our employees, we have 600 employees here, they are asking, what does this mean for us as a company about my employment?
The noes to the left, 302.
But no sooner has he reassured staff, the situation changes, like last night, as Brexiteers sought to weaken the white paper customs plan with a string of amendments. Under the white paper agreement thrashed out at Chequers, the UK would treat our borders with the EU as a combined customs territory. The UK would collect its own tariffs on goods coming in and levy tariffs on behalf of the EU for goods headed there. But last night, MPs voted in favour of Brexiteer amendments, including one which would require the EU to collect tariffs for goods leaving Europe headed to the UK on our behalf. Something the EU has made clear it would never do. From the sea to the skies, at the annual air show in Farnborough, the chief executive of Rolls-Royce warned the white paper amendments made life incrementally worse. It, like the aerospace giant Airbus, now stockpiling parts for fear of a hard Brexit.
We're in the process of building additional safety stocks on the assumption that there may be some disruption, because while we're optimistic that the Prime Minister and the government will find a good solution, we have to protect ourselves against the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario is that we go off the cliff edge at the end of March.
Whether or not it's smooth sailing for his components and millions of others through ports like Immingham will now depend on Theresa May steering her fragile deal through the back benches and through Brussels. It's going to be tough.
I think we need some very effective salesmen to make that work, yes.
Siobhan Kennedy, Channel 4 News, Immingham.